Is my hair okay? Is my hair alright? Okay. Hello, my name is Joseph, and today is episode 1 of A Female's Fantasy. Today we'll be reading a selection from a fine literary tome called My Secret Garden. It was written by Nancy Friday. It was published by Trident Press. I'm going to open up for the copyright details. If you bear with me a moment, I will tell you that the copyright from 1973, Nancy Friday. All rights are reserved, including the right of reproduction, which I do not own in whole or in part, but I will do so nonetheless because I feel everybody needs to know exactly what women think about when they're alone at night and their husband is out gambling with his friends. This is what your women be thinking about. Today, we're going to read a selection from Linda. Linda is an old friend of mine, and in my mind, she's always just come back from Paris. She's a syndicated fashion illustrator. When you see drawings in your local newspaper of the latest European collections, chances may well be that Linda did them. She's been married twice, and now lives in New York with a man who is not her second husband. He has a certain amount of money, and Linda herself makes a good salary. And they live very well, and quarrel constantly. Not always quietly, mind you. I sometimes think that their relationship is spiced by it, if not based on it. A certain amount of antagonism, like so many couples whose highest sexual moments follow their bitterest quarrels. Linda is about 30, small-featured, blonde, pretty, in a kind of old-fashioned way, like a movie star way, which by the time you read this will probably no longer be old-fashioned. I'm not surprised by her fantasy of the hair store. She's always called it a beauty salon. She's always talking freely and imaginatively about sex, before it was fashionable to do so. Gerald doesn't know this one. I can't wait until he reads it. I suppose that's why I'm telling you. He thinks he's such a stud that there isn't anything he hasn't done or would do. But in this fantasy, well, he doesn't even enter into it, does he? But I don't want to be unfair to the guy. He really is fantastic in bed. And what kind of a man, except some nut, and even I don't want that, could give me this kind of thing? And that's what fantasies are for, right? For what you don't get in life. I'm in this hair store. It's very posh. Number, like Lizzie Arden's or one of those Revlon emporiums. Some fag with a very vulgar idea of elegance has decorated it, and chandeliers and fountains, gold basins and shocking pink. A barker lounger reclining chairs where you half lie with your hairs drying, and you're having a manicure that is, or a facial. Oh, don't make me laugh, you're interrupting my flow. All these chairs are in a long row, with a discreet distance between them, where green potted things grow, giving us all the ladies in the room a feeling of privacy. I just had a facial, so I've got this mask on, and there are cool cotton pads on my eyes. I can't see a thing, not that I could see what was going on anyway, because there's a white silk curtain that falls from the ceiling down to my waist, then on down to the floor. No one can see me from the waist down, but neither can I. I can't see what's going on the other side of that curtain, but I know over there on the other side is a young man. Actually, lots of them. A row of young, big, strapping types, half nude, and they're wearing a kind of loincloth, and their bodies glisten and sweat as they go about their business. And the business is us ladies. They are there to service us, but as posh as our setup is on our side of the curtains, there are chandeliers and fountains and privacy. there are guys on the other side of the curtains working like galley slaves. And alongside the other, no nice lights, no pretty music, just a crack of the whip as the guy in charge strides up and down, making sure that none of them misses a stroke, so to speak. My particular guy is dark, good looking, in a hard impersonal sort of way. After all, he can't see me either. To him, I'm just another cunt. For all I know, he could be a fag. Which doesn't lessen or heighten the enjoyment for me. But the important thing is that this is his job, his employment, his service. This swell salon offers, like a masseur. He crouches between my legs, and with the greatest expertise in the world, he goes down on me. That first moment is wildly exciting. I'm lying there with my legs in a big V, waiting for him, and I can't see him approach. I don't know he's near until his tongue, at least the tip of it at the very least, suddenly flicks me with the most excruciating zing. So there he is, working away on me wonderfully, and me lying over there on the other side of the curtain, my expression of bliss concealed by my mask, the fountain and the muzak playing away. His head moves from side to side as he expertly but mechanically builds and teases me, builds and teases, but mostly builds. Now, generally, he gets nothing out of this himself except his pay. His little cock just dangles there, small as a thumb between his legs, as he squats and nibbles at me perfunctorily. But suddenly, with me, it's different. I'm special. The life he's aroused in my cunt communicates to him. The incredible sexuality I have. Maybe it's the pulse in my pussy that he can feel beating. Haven't you ever felt a pulse there? With me, it's like a drum. When it starts, when I start, but back to my Wednesday scene. Suddenly, the mean old whipmaster realizes that my guy has slowed down on the job, and by that, I mean that he's given me too much valuable time, and that he's really into what he's doing, giving the client more than is required. He gives my guy a smart flick of the whip, and my boy doesn't even turn around. He's groaning and pressed into my cunt as though there's no tomorrow, and his cock is enormous now. His hand is stroking it, bringing himself to climax, as he brings me closer, and closer, and closer, together now. And I suddenly start praying that the ogre whipmaster won't drag him away just as we're about to reach the most glorious climaxes of our lives. Oh, the pleasure! The whipmaster grabs him by the shoulders. My heart almost sinks. I can't understand it. He's never seen one of these gorgeous flunkies behaving like this, getting turned on by a client's cunt. Then, just at the crucial point, the whipmaster, dumbfounded, loses his professional cool. Our excitement communicates to him, like when the cynical stage master hears little Judy Garland auditioning over the rainbow. He realizes a star is born. I've never seen this happen before. The whip guy yells, "Wow, this man is so delirious with pleasure!" He refuses to be paid. I don't know how he's managed to communicate this with his mouth full of my pussy. But he does it, and the whipmaster is so whipped up by himself, he takes out his cock, and he works feverishly to our pitch so that he would come. We come. He comes. And oh boy, it's quite a day at the old hair store. This concludes today's episode of Female Fantasies with selections from Nancy Friday's My Secret Garden. Enjoy your day. Press the silver button. Press the silver button. I do declare